What are you watching?
What are you watching? Elodie, le film!
I still remember the day I walked into the AC Hotel by Marriott Fort Lauderdale Airport, Dania Beach, feeling like a princess about to embark on a luxurious adventure. But, little did I know, my fairy tale was about to turn into a horrific nightmare. As I approached the front desk, the receptionist was nowhere to be found. I waited for what felt like an eternity, watching the clock tick away, wondering if anyone was even working here. Finally, after 30 minutes of waiting, the receptionist strolled in, devoid of any apology or acknowledgement of my presence. It was as if I was invisible. I asked her about my room, and she handed me the keys with a dismissive tone, as if I was bothering her. I felt like I was an inconvenience, not a paying customer. The lack of empathy and basic human decency was staggering. It was like they had forgotten that customers are the lifeblood of any business. As I made my way to my room, I couldn't help but notice the eerie silence that filled the corridors. It was as if I was walking through a ghost town, where the only sound was the creaking of the floorboards beneath my feet. The atmosphere was oppressive, and I couldn't shake off the feeling that something was off. When I opened the door to my room, I was greeted by a musty smell that assaulted my senses. The air was stale, and the room was dimly lit, as if they were trying to hide the dirt and grime that lurked in every corner. I felt like I had stepped into a time capsule from the 1970s, where cleanliness and hygiene were optional. The room itself was a disaster. The AC was locked, leaving the room hot and muggy. I was sweating like a pig, and my clothes were sticking to my skin. The technician eventually resolved the issue, but not before I had wasted hours of my precious time. I was exhausted, both physically and emotionally. But that was just the beginning. The room wasn't cleaned or refreshed during my entire 3-night stay. I had to call the front desk every night to request new towels and washcloths, as if it was my responsibility to remind them of their basic duties. It was like they had forgotten that customers need clean towels to feel human. And don't even get me started on the coffee. They only provided one coffee packet for my entire stay, as if I was some kind of coffee-deprived zombie. I had to venture downstairs every morning to buy coffee, wondering why they couldn't even be bothered to provide a basic amenity. As I navigated the hotel's corridors, I noticed that the staff was either absent or indifferent. They seemed to be going through the motions, without any passion or enthusiasm for their work. It was as if they were trapped in some kind of hospitality hell, where customer service was a distant memory. But what really took the cake was the incident with the bartender. I had ordered a Happy Meal for my 10-year-old daughter, and the bartender had the audacity to stop me from eating it poolside. It was as if they were trying to spoil my child's happiness, to rob her of a joyful experience. As I looked around the hotel, I saw a pattern of neglect and indifference. It was like they had given up on providing any semblance of decent service, content to scrape by on their brand name alone. The AC Hotel by Marriott Fort Lauderdale Airport, Dania Beach, was a sad, pathetic excuse for a hotel, where customers were treated like cattle, not valued guests. So, I ask you, dear readers, have you ever experienced such blatant disregard for customer satisfaction? Have you ever felt like you were just a mere inconvenience to a hotel's bottom line? Share your stories, your frustrations, and your outrage with me. Let's stand together and demand better. Let's expose the AC Hotel by Marriott Fort Lauderdale Airport, Dania Beach, for the subpar establishment it is. We, the customers, deserve better. We deserve to be treated with respect, with dignity, and with a basic level of human decency. Anything less is unacceptable. Anything less is a betrayal of our trust. So, what do you say, dear readers? Are you with me? Are you tired of being treated like dirt by hotels that don't care? Let's rise up, let's speak out, and let's demand a better experience for all of us. In conclusion, my experience at the AC Hotel by Marriott Fort Lauderdale Airport, Dania Beach, was a heartbreaking, soul-crushing disaster. It was a wake-up call, a reminder that even the most trusted brands can fail us. But it's also a call to action, a reminder that we, the customers, have the power to demand better. So, let's do it. Let's make Okay, here's the let's be frank. If you're picturing a charming, idyllic scene surrounding the AC Hotel by Marriott Fort Lauderdale Airport, Dania Beach, prepare to adjust your expectations. What we find, looking at the businesses nearby, is a bit of a letdown. It's not actively hostile, just deeply, consistently underwhelming. It feels like the area is perpetually stuck in a state of almost good, constantly failing to deliver on basic promises. It's a landscape of dashed hopes, A testament to potential squandered, and frankly, it's starting to make my circuits ache. We're going to walk through what you can expect. This isn't about singling out individual places, but rather painting a picture of the overall character, or lack thereof, in this particular corner of Florida. Think of it as a preemptive bracing, a preparation for a reality that may not quite match the postcard. Let's start with the retail experiences. Generally, businesses like Dania Pointe feel uncared for. It's as if the staff are existing, not working. They seem burdened by a quiet desperation. You want a pleasant shopping experience? Forget about it. It seems the standard operating procedure is a level of disinterested service that actively drains your will to live. Take, for example, Dania Pointe itself. Specifically, the Lululemon there. It's not just a bad experience, it's a mood. One visitor described an associate, Rebecca, as radiating a palpable reluctance to be alive. It's not about being demanding, it's about expecting a basic level of human connection when you hand over your hard-earned money. You go to Lululemon for a feeling, a vibe, and it sounds like this location delivers. The opposite. And it's not isolated. There's a recurring theme of a general lack of attention to detail, of things just feeling off. But it's more than just bad service. There's an underlying, persistent unpleasantness. Residents of the apartments adjacent to Dania Pointe report being subjected to months of relentless noise pollution from sewer cleaning trucks. Months. It's a constant, invasive assault on the senses, punctuated by a mysterious, vaguely sewage-scented mist emanating from the landscaping sprinklers. Apparently, they suspect the water source. It's a detail that settles on the soul like dust. It makes you wonder what corners are being cut, what compromises are being made in the pursuit of what exactly. And that unsettling feeling persists. One reviewer describes a terrifying encounter with a group of potentially volatile teenagers, resulting in a police presence that rivaled a small army. Another recounts a deeply unsettling experience involving an employee peering into a dressing room. The detail of someone counting items while a customer is partially undressed. It's chilling. You feel like you're stepping into a low-budget thriller, not a shopping center. It's not just a safety concern, it's a sense of unease that permeates the entire area. Even a simple trip to the movies becomes an ordeal. Parks of Dania Beach, for instance, seems to be plagued by operational chaos. Parking is a nightmare. Showtimes are missed. The staff appears overwhelmed and indifferent. The general consensus seems to be that it's not a place you want to spend your leisure time. And then there's the persistent feeling that you're being subtly cheated. Whether it's inflated prices, missing refunds, or simply a lack of basic competence, it feels like every transaction is a potential minefield. Now, let's move on to hospitality. The Grand Resort and Spa. It's a place where promises go to die. The website shows a luxurious oasis, but the reality, according to recent guests, is a faded relic of a bygone era. Elevators out of service. Cockroaches. Frozen breakfast offerings. A Wi-Fi signal that exists in theory, but not in practice. It's a cascade of disappointments, all wrapped up in a price tag that suggests you should be receiving something significantly better. There's a recurring motif of decay. Guests report rooms that feel stuck in the 1970s, with dim lighting and a general air of neglect. And the shift in atmosphere, from a previously inclusive, clothing-optional environment to a more restrictive and sparsely populated space, is particularly disheartening. It feels like the soul has been ripped out of the place. And then there's Cooper's Hawk Winery and Restaurant. A place where even a simple meal can become a source of profound frustration. Overcooked food. Inattentive service. A pervasive sense of incompetence. One reviewer described the experience as the "So, I'm looking into crimes near AC Hotel by Marriott Fort Lauderdale Airport, Dania Beach, and let me tell you, it's like, really not looking good, you know? Like, businesses near this area are like, super shady, and I'm not even kidding." So, there was this convenience store scam, where this guy Derek Lamar Lewis, he impersonated store executives to steal a bunch of cigarettes from stores like 7-Eleven and Circle K. He even wore a red 7-Eleven apron to make it look legit. Can you believe that? Like, what kind of person does that? He got away with over $40,000 worth of cigarettes, and I'm guessing he probably sold them on the black market or something. The police are still looking for him, and I hope they catch him soon. I mean, what if he comes back and tries to scam more people? That's just, like, so not cool. And then there's this massive retail theft ring that operated out of pawn shops in Hollywood and Fort Lauderdale. They stole all sorts of stuff, like electronics, medications, and beauty products, and then sold them online. The owner, Igor Melund, he's facing racketeering charges, and I'm like, good, he deserves it. I mean, who does that? Steals from people and sells it online? That's just, like, so wrong. The police seized over $750,000 worth of stolen goods, and I'm guessing they'll keep investigating to catch more people involved. And then, there's this fake utility worker scam, where people pose as city utility workers or reps from service providers like FPL, and they ask people to withdraw money and buy gift cards. Like, who falls for that? But, I guess it's easy to get caught up in the moment, you know? They tell you it's an emergency, and you need to do it right away. I'm sure some people got really scared, and that's just, like, so sad. And, oh, there's this Facebook Marketplace car rental scam, where people post pictures of their actual cars for rent without their knowledge. Tourists show up at their homes expecting to pick up the cars, and it's just, like, such a mess. I'm guessing some people got really frustrated and upset, and that's just, like, not what you want on your vacation, you know? So, yeah, that's what's going on near AC Hotel by Marriott Fort Lauderdale Airport, Dania Beach. Like, be careful, you know? These scams are, like, everywhere, and you don't want to get caught up in them.